The idea behind this collaboration was that Iordanis would compose a piece of music for one of my paintings. Likewise, I would create a visual representation inspired by a piece of his music. The work, titled Tree of Life, is inspired by Iordanis' piano piece titled As the Leaves Fall. This song is very meaningful, deeply emotional, and uses nature as a metaphor. When I first listened to As the Leaves Fall, I was deeply moved. My first instinct was to illustrate the falling leaves, as I felt it reflected the poignancy of the music. The work is deeply influenced by the forces at play within the natural world. In the opening sequence, we see a bright and all-encompassing yellow background. As we pan out, the story's origin is revealed to be the origin of all things, a bright and magnificent sun. It is the source and the foundation of wholeness underlying everything. We see a solitary bird flying by. It feels free and liberated when close to its source. In the following sequence, we see a tree, the tree of life. It's grounded in the earth. The wind is seen to blow, and the tree is shaken. However, it always remains grounded by its roots. The aspects of natural law, harmony, balance, for which it represents, are unperturbed by the passing winds. They remain constant. It is the leaves which stem from the tree that feel the wind most of all. The leaves do indeed fall. They are seemingly at the mercy of the reckless wind. Eventually, we see the last remaining leaf fall to the ground. We are reminded that all leaves experience this tumultuous event as a solitary journey. But the wind which caused the fall is finally seen to gently pick up the solitary leaf. It flies away onto its next destination. Where it goes is not revealed. It remains a mystery. But as it leaves, we still see the bright and ever-present sun in the background, overseeing all. On a spiritual level, I've always felt that the main source of sadness in human beings is a sense of separation or loss. Resolving feelings of separation led me to create this piece titled Eyes Now Forward. It is related to my past memories, and creating it was a healing experience to me. The girl is exiting the scene while she is looking back to a turbulent past. People come in and out of our lives all the time. Some leave easily, others leave physically, yet occupy a potentially permanent residency in our minds. By painting Eyes Now Forward, I was able to let go of emotions, loss, separation, repressed and held in my body for a long time. The girl was focused on the past, yet she's about to exit this room. It's a room she knows well. It's vivid and familiar, but the time has come to leave now, to walk out into the dark unknown. While she is unsure, she knows it's time to place her eyes now forward. I had the pleasure of collaborating with Greek singer, songwriter, and composer Iordanis Sidiropoulos. He moved to Ireland end of 2017. He has collaborated with a variety of Greek artists and he has released 4 solo albums. Winter in 2013, Searching in the Light in 2016, My Childish Clothes in 2018. And most recently in 2019, he released As the Leaves Fall, his first piano album. As the Leaves Fall was released on the 23rd of July. There is a deeper reason for that specific release date, as it was the same date in 2018 when catastrophic wildfires in central Greece led to the loss of 100 people's lives. Currently, he's preparing his next Greek album titled Steel and Rust. He composed music for a short film by the Irish director Joseph Fuller that was awarded at the New York International Film Festival. He performed his musical compositions on the Irish poet Seamus O'Kelly in the Mansion House in Dublin. Let me read this poem. As the leaves fall. We are falling like the leaves that bloomed back in a spring, withered in the cold, and we fly with the wind. And if all the light goes out, our echoes here will sound like music in the nights, like non-silencing cries. Thanks for talking to me, Iordanis. I have a few questions to ask. This beautiful poem is very deep and meaningful. The poem uses nature as a metaphor and is deeply emotional. I'm wondering, did you write this poem?
This poem is mine indeed. It was written for my friend called Michalis Pornalis. Michalis, or Michael in English, was one of the first to trust me on the position of a guitar player for his band when I was 17 years old. So, in this way I started playing professionally.
In terms of the poem used in As the Leaves Falls, my understanding is that the text is about the circle of life, birth and death. Everything we go through life, our experiences, thoughts, memories, feelings and sensations from our youth until we die. We could go through hardship in life, lose hope and remain unheard. Could you please elaborate on what it means to you personally?
Very well. This poem is a very simple thought. Symbolizes the effort that we have to put for the next generations to come. We will fall as the leaves. So it's a good thing to know, so we use our life in the most constructive way. Give as much joy as we can, just as the leaves are doing when they are green.
I'm interested in your process as a songwriter. As you compose the song, did the text come first or the music?
Very nice question. I always compose the music first when it comes to my contemporary classical pieces. Then I listen to them and the title just comes. It's like watching a picture and then understanding what is inside it.
When I listened to your album, As the Leaves Fall, I found it very moving on an emotional level. While it was very beautiful, it's also brought up feeling of sadness. I'm wondering, Was writing this album a cathartic experience for you?
Very good question again. Every time I compose music, and that's the way it should be, every time we compose music, even if this is happiness, it's not, it doesn't have to be sad, it could be happy. It's a cathartic thing because it washes away all the emotion. You express yourself and your feelings in a very constructive way. When I play the songs, I feel all the vibrations of the piano and the power of the notes. That's why I don't put a lot of stuff happening in my songs. I am a more simple composer, in my opinion.
When you create a piece, how much of your process is intuitive, emotional, and how much is due to technical expertise or technical choices?
Very interesting. I could say that before we manage to do art, we have to learn how to do it. So, by practicing a lot, you reach at a level where you don't really need to think about your practicalities on the piano, but the technical aspect. It's already inside you. The technical part is already inside you, ready to be used in a constructive way. So yes, that's it. I always play emotionally, and the technical is always automatically happening. Thank you. Very nice question.
I heard somewhere that you mentioned music is a means of expression and communication. What were you trying to express or communicate in this beautiful song, As the Leaves Fall?
Yes, that's true. I believe that music and art in general, as you know, I guess, is a means of communication and of course of expression, as I said before and I mentioned before, and as I have mentioned in my video. I have said that music helps me, contemporary classical music helps me to express some feelings without the need of using words, because for me music is easier than words. In the track As the Leaves Fall, I was just to express the beauty of the change, the beauty of the music at the end, because the meaning came later after Michael left us, everything blended together somehow, and the concept was building up, because that's how music works. First of all, we listen to a song, and then after that we live, and then those memories get integrated with the melodies of a song, and they bring us something into our minds, and they carry that forever.
Thank you so much. I resonated deeply with the nature evoked in your song, As the Leaves Fall, and my first impulse was to apply elements of nature as a source of inspiration in my artwork. You mentioned on your website that this album is a personal appeal for global preservation of the world's forests, nature, and respect for human life. Could you please talk about this a bit more?
Thank you for asking this question. Indeed, when I released this digital album, very soon is going to be in a physical format, but I want to add some orchestras in it. Yeah, when I released this digital album, out of coincidence, it was that time when the wildfires destroyed a vast area in Greece, and there were more than 100 victims. So, out of my admiration for the green, the vast green of Ireland, I just wanted to send a message there to Greece and to the whole world, if my message gets through. And the message is to preserve nature, preserve life, because these two things go together.
My last question. On a spiritual level, I've always felt the main source of sadness in human beings is a sense of separation or loss. Resolving feelings of separation led me to create another piece. It's related to my past memories, and creating it was a healing experience to me. I know that the release date of your album was chosen to help commemorate those who lost their lives in the horrific forest fires in Greece 2018. Do you believe your art can help soothe the sense of loss we all feel, maybe helping heal that sense of separation? Thank you so much.
Very good question. Thank you. I don't really believe that sadness comes from real facts all the time. I do believe that sadness is due to our personal brain automations. Sometimes people feel sad even if they are in a space full of other people. Even if they have everything in life, they feel sad. So I don't think that loss or separation must be a source of sadness. No. But anyway, I think that music can always support and motivate people who might need it for whatever reasons they need it. Music lifts higher the soul of humans and art in general. So that's why we do it, me and you. Hello, I'm Iordanis Sidiropoulos, and this is my presentation for the Voices of Ireland 2021. I would like to thank you for this invitation to this multicultural and artistic program. Today I'm presenting you myself. I'm presenting you my partner in the Voices of Ireland project, and also the song that I did in collaboration with her, Nasrin Golden. She is an Iranian visual artist. So, I'm a musician, a guitar player basically. And then I played the piano. I'm also a singer. My main influences are the Greek Manos Hadzidakis, Μίκης Θεοδωράκης. I also love Vasilis Papakonstantinou. He is the biggest rock star in Greece. I am very honored to have collaborated with him in one of my songs included in my second Greek album called Searching into the Light, or in Greek is Ψάχνω στο φως. My Greek music, it has a combination of this more traditional branch and of this rock branch. So it's a mixture, it's a fusion of these two elements. I need to mention Thanos Mikroutsikos, who is one of my favorite composers in Greek modern music, I could say. I have three different projects that derive from my main influences. Let's start with the first project that brought me into playing music years ago. I started playing because I loved rock, and this is the first love of my life, so I have a rock project. The band The Fallen Ones. My second project is my Greek lyrics turned into musical pieces. There is where I express my philosophical questions. My political questions.
Σκεπάσουνε σιρήνες του ανθρώπου τη γη και φουντώνουνε οι φλόγες ζεθυμένοντας οργή. Ξεχαστήκαν και με σφαίρες παίζουν πάλι οι τρελοί. Πως με θάνατο προσεύχονται ειρήνη να φανεί.
My emotions in my language turned into melodies. It's a very important and vital project for me. What else? Yes, I love classical music. I went into what we call contemporary classical music. This kind of music helps me expressing myself without singing lyrics, which is a big discovery for me, as I proved what people are saying, that music is a universal language. When I feel something and I play it on the piano without singing any lyrics, someone can understand the same feeling, which is amazing. Music unites people. This is the reason I do it. This is the reason I play music. So, some words about Nasrin now. NasrinGolden.com is her website. Nasrin Golden is an Iranian visual artist who attempts to convey the healing and reconciliation of conflict inherent to the human condition. As a migrant living in Ireland since 2012, her work transcends cultural barriers as she aims to convey the commonalities underlying shared lived experiences. Through different mediums, photography, painting, and videography, Nasrin's work frequently contrasts opposites through variations of light and color. She frequently explores women's issues. Nasrin was awarded summer school residency with Create in Ireland June 2019 also. Her work has been presented in solo and group exhibitions around the world, including Tehran, Kuala Lumpur, Dublin, Vancouver, and Makua. She holds a Master in Visual Arts and a BA in Photography. The website has a very large piece of bio under this. This was just the intro. You could find that and everything she does on NasrinGolden.com. So now I would like to introduce to you our concept. Nasrin came up with a concept of drawings of Persian mythological gods. My piece of music is called Shahmaran. It is derived from one of Nasrin's paintings. Shahmaran, or the snake goddess, is considered to be the keeper of wisdom. Shahmaran can be found within the Book of 1001 Nights. Some believe her image can protect against bad events. The snake is a symbol of water, and in Persian mythology it is believed that the snake is a master of storm clouds. They dwell within the seas, and in times of lightning they guide the rain to earth and cause fertility. In this piece, she uses Shahmaran to relay a symbol of source energy, rain, and fertility. The fish, sustained by the ocean, is subject to Shahmaran, yet is depicted as honoring the bringer of fertility. So my music is based on that, and it has all these Eastern music scales. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope this will grow into a bigger project. So thank you, and come with us to Shahmaran. All right, so now I have some questions for Nasrin, and Nasrin is going to talk to us in person. It's a very interesting section of this video. Once again, thank you Voices of Ireland project, thank you Monica and the Arts Council. Now, the questions for Nasrin. Now, in the replication section, you have some pieces of art. And there, you raise the issue of identity. Do you think that identity is something positive or something that could also have a negative dimension in it, a negative perspective in it? Nasrin, thank you.
Interesting question. Identity is not a fixed concept. There is no negative or positive connotation with it. It is an ever-shifting concept. That's one of the things I try to convert in replication. On one level, our identity changes to meet the needs of our situation or culture. On the deeper level, who we really are remains constant.
Very well, very well. So, another question regarding to identity. Do we benefit evolutionarily and personally by maintaining an image, an identity for ourselves? Thank you.
Thanks for your question. In replication, I used individual images from the past to depict a more comprehensive and authentic representation of identity. It takes what was known, familiar, and understood, but recognizes that it can never be seen the same way again. To answer your question, from the point of view of feeling safe, we do indeed benefit from maintaining an image. We construct all sorts of persona to hide, please, conform, or fit in. But over time, we'd outgrow these masks. Thanks.
Now my third question. To what extent and how your art has shaped yourself, and do you believe that making art makes people think differently and somehow?
That's a really interesting question. Art is a very powerful tool for self-discovery. In the early stages of my creative career, it helped me to find out what is that I hadn't yet overcome. But I believe that art is most influential when it's illuminative rather than cathartic.
Very good. The section Salvation, Nasrin, I think is my favorite one. You mentioned something wonderful there. You say, if I remember where would I be if I was not a prisoner of space and time? I really like that. Do you believe that the limits that the body puts on the soul are biological and also maybe, or also social, cultural, social? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I can talk only for myself. If I accept my femininity, then there is no limitation. But culture and society program and condition us to believe that there is a limitation with who we are and what we can do. What I mean was, in the outfit, I'm not myself. I have no identity. I can say the work aims to achieve the impersonal, so I put on another skin. The work focuses on the body, yet is about escaping the boundaries placed upon us by the body. The imagery is not bound by any rules. There is no limitation. The drawing I choose for the skin were all created by another outpouring of unconscious feeling. So these
drawings are the skin. There is no face to read emotionally. The body itself will show the feeling. Anybody can be this person. It's an invitation to feel the emotions beyond the need for an identity. There is an aspect of camouflage in the work. It explores the ability to become one with the space one occupied. And perhaps this is a longing born from the life of a person away from home, not in their comfortable surrounding. In a sense, it's about the ability to not stand out, to not be the other. When one is not at home, camouflage becomes attractive.
Very well, thank you. Based on your quote that I really like, I'll ask you the same question now. Which place or how would you like the place humanity will go to be if we were to break free from the shackles of space and time tomorrow, Nasrin?
What I was saying there is that there really is no such a thing as time or space. We create these concepts because it was useful to us. We forget that we created these concepts and now we are a slave to them if we are not aware. My answer to this question, where would I go, is that I would visit the now.
Depending on the ancient and prehistoric evidence, that's my next question. Depending on the prehistoric evidence, do you think that humans are born to be artists, to make art? Do you think that humanity is a species of artists? What do you think about that?
In my view, we have always had and will always have a creative impulse as humans. If it's not art, it will be some sort of creativity in anything we do. It's a way by which we feel closer and more connected to source energy.
Do you also think that by promoting art, we can make a better world, Nasrin? Thank you.
Do I think promoting art can make a better world? Everything we do, if comes from higher self, if we enjoy truly what we do, it can make a better world. By higher self, I mean not from ego, greed, power, control. Yeah.
Okay, very good. And so to conclude, what is the positive message of your voice for the future from here, from Ireland, to the rest of the world? What's your positive message?
We are all human beings. The human part of us has human problems, which will always need our care and attention. However, we have forgotten the being part of ourselves. This is less concerned with doing or achieving. It is capable of simply being. It's my hope that the future of humanity is one in which balance has been restored. Thank you.
Very well. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Nasrin Golden. NasrinGolden.com, her website. Please visit this amazing artist and you will not regret it. Thank you so much for being here with us today, listening and watching the video. Hopefully, we'll see you soon in action. Thank you.